We now move to an industry presentation on innovation for durable construction. And for the same, please welcome Mr. Nilotpol, Senior Advisor, Director, Sika India Pvt Ltd. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nilotpol.
Good morning, everybody. After what Mr. Mahadev said, I think even if people are thinking about leaving Mumbai, they will be entrenched within Mumbai for at least the next 3-4 decades. Yeah, till 2047, when we see ourselves as a developing nation of 30 trillion US dollar GDP. And I think let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Mahadev's presentation. So on the hind of that, we talk about construction, and after water, the second most consumed material is concrete. And we're going to talk to you about what basically excites concrete to create more durable structures. Now, when we talk about Viksit 2047, two things which come to my mind was about the thriving and sustainable economy, and the next one was all about investment in R&D, investment in technology and science. And this is all about durability, so that you don't have to repair or see a leakage, simple way, or you have to repair frequently. So, we talk about innovation and durability. Can the life cycle be increased so that you don't have repairs? Then we talk about a very new concept, and thanks to Mr. Nitin Gadkari, Honorable Minister, who introduced ultra high performance fiber reinforced concrete, where concrete sections were reduced by 30 to 50%. And the turnaround time for construction is much faster by at least 30 to 40%. A lot of repairs of bridges in the districts, etc., are taking place as we speak. And we talk about corrosion, because Mumbai is very much affected because of the saline atmosphere, and how do you prevent corrosion from attacking. And finally, the MTHL is a reference for a wonderful, unique, first of its kind bridge deck waterproofing to give a service life of more than 75 to 100 years. So, these are some of the facts and figures about our company Sika. And you can see, which I will only talk about, is the technology centers all about innovation, and one of them is in India. And this company, for 115 or 16 years, since 1910, have been involved in all massive infrastructure, the largest construction chemical company across the globe. In India, we have 13 factories. We're well spread for the last 42 years. And you can see the coverage is almost across the network of what you can reach the projects, whether in the north, east, south or west. We are focused on these key areas of application, just simply putting. First is obviously concrete, as I said, the second most consumed material across the globe. To increase the durability by 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. We are very much into waterproofing, from infrastructure to residential, commercial, with the state-of-art new technologies which are faster, which have replaced the old bitumen systems. We are into tile adhesives, just to put it simply, so that your bathroom does not leak. Then flooring and coating. Now if you look at the Indira Gandhi International Airport, all the carpets have been removed because they are expensive to maintain. An epoxy terrazzo, which has been laid about 6 years back, is still lasting. This is the example. Then of course we have refurbishment, and we talk about the Parliament building, which is going to be converted into a museum as an example, which required structural strengthening, and it has been done in no time. Then of course we have industrial sealants for the motor industry. Now we talk about UP or UHP, ultra high performance fiber reinforced concrete, where 150 MPa concrete is developed by concrete technologists within India. And India in this field is going to actually bypass or overtake European countries as well as Japan, because that is the elixir of technology. Now look at this bridge and you see the bottom section and the top one. You see the foundations. A set of 15 to 16 foundations replaced by only one. That is the strength of ultra high performance concrete. As you can see, more sustainable because you have 30% less loading, less requirement of joints and so many other things. This is a typical concrete, what we call the proportion. But what is most important is at 24 hours, you get a 60 MPa concrete, which most of the high-rise towers get in 28 days. And look at this, which is a state-of-the-art. It won the PCI award, 102.6 meter span without any foundation in between. Now these strengths are 150 MPa, as I said, and practically achieved, because this is very, very important. So if you see the summary out of this, foundations reduced by 30 to 50% in terms of savings, in terms of bearing and expansion joints, which are very complicated, and that's why you get the bumps when you drive through a bridge, reduced by about up to 50%. Overall physical scope of work to ensure early delivery is about 30 to 50%. So if you have a project for 2 years, you can actually deliver it in 1 year. All these small bridges, 100 meters, 50 meters across in districts, which required a tender, re-tender, etc., now can be laid in 1 month. That is the speed of ultra high performance concrete. And these are the elements in terms of high dispersion, in terms of fair face concrete, because you don't want your concrete to look ugly. Then you need to also protect the concrete from early drying, otherwise it's going to crack. As well as you need to control shrinkage, because concrete shrinks, and that's why most of the cracks happen. Very much in high rise, ultra high performance, and I'm sure you heard about this, Lodha World 1. So it's something to do with a 76 280 floors, and you got to pump the concrete. So if you've seen concrete and through a concrete pipeline, the effort required to reach that, this has been achieved with 30 to 40% lower pump pressure, which means saving on oil and which means green. When we talk about sustainability, the embodied carbon is not only in the cement consumption, but how you replace cement with slag, fly ash, but also you reduce consumption of power electricity. This is the wonder of high performance or ultra high performance concrete. Talking about corrosion, endangering, I'm sure you've seen this picture. So when your concrete achieves a pH of around 9 from 12.5, you will see these brownish spots on your roof or the concrete structure. Now, what Sika has done is we've introduced something within concrete which inhibits that, and it has IIT Chennai and IRC, which is the Indian Roads Congress accreditation, being used now quite extensively across the country in many projects. And it's a 17-year-old story when it started, of course. It was used at the Swiss highway. You can see there are 3 panels out there with half cell potential, and there's a reference mix on the right with silica fume, which is a very fine additive in the middle, and the Sika product at the left, at the extreme right, and you can see the red area. Over a period of 1 year and 2 years and 3 years and 5 years, and this is what has developed. So this is very important for coastal areas, especially like Mumbai. The Bandra Worli Sea Link has used that, and there are many other structures in Mumbai within MMR which have also used that. This is wonderful, not because I am representing Sika, but this was a totally new concept in bridge deck waterproofing, especially it started with the Atal Bridge, the MTHL as it is known as, and it's a hot spray system. Of course with protection for the sprayer, very important. And has been already tested 35 years overseas, and Nexco in Japan use it very regularly. Nexco is a sort of what we have CPWD in India, or the NHAI, we have Nexco in Japan. And this is the various reports on a long-term testing to ensure durability and that water does not seep through the SMA or the asphalt layer through the concrete and creates corrosion problems and rehabilitation. So these are the various layers, and these have been used in different ways. There is a primer, there is a spray layer, there is a bitumen layer, and then over that you have your SMA or your mastic asphalt. So these are the various stages. It's a very laborious but very fast, very detailed, and very important is the surface treatment or substrate treatment. And very much in Amchi, Mumbai, we have the coastal road, we have the MTHL and the Thane Creek Bridge. 3 living examples, and the MTHL was run about 3-4 years back. So, a little bit about the company which I represent with my team here. This is the largest construction chemical company, about 120,000 crores in Indian rupees across the globe. And we are in India since 1986. And again, the spread of the factories. So thank you very much for your kind attention, and I'm sure you will have a great session today. Thank you.